The new charges for the man accused in the death of a local police officer. How your game day experience could soon transform into something entirely new. The best ways to hack those hefty back-to-college tech expenses. And the fix for one of Northeast Ohio's big pet problems. We start tonight with breaking news. About an hour ago, Urban Meyer releasing a statement on Twitter apologizing for his actions 2 days ago in Columbus. He's been taking a lot of heat nationally about his reaction when asked if he had anything to say to Courtney Smith, Zach Smith's ex-wife, the fired Ohio State assistant coach accused of domestic violence. Meyer wrote, "My words and demeanor on Wednesday did not show how seriously I take relationship violence. I sincerely apologize." Meyer said he fully intends to use his voice more effectively to be part of the solution. He finished his statement saying, "Let me say here and now what I should have said on Wednesday. I sincerely apologize to Courtney Smith and her children for what they have gone through."
Well, welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Danielle Serino.
And I'm Dave Chudowski. We continue tonight with a major health decision for John McCain, more charges for an accused cop killer, and the end of an era for the Marines.
That's all in tonight's 77 Seconds at 7.
Senator John McCain has decided to stop medical treatment for his aggressive form of brain cancer. The 81-year-old hasn't worked on Capitol Hill since last December. He's currently serving his 6th term representing Arizona as a Republican. New charges for the man accused of killing Menor police officer Matthew Mazzani during a hit-and-run in June. 24-year-old Brian Anthony faces 5 more counts, including aggravated vehicular homicide, operating a vehicle under the influence, and 3 others. His trial is set for next month. Incredible video from Hawaii tonight of flooding from Hurricane Lane. The storm, the strongest to hit the chain of islands in about 25 years, has already dumped more than 2 feet of rain on the island, with winds as high as 120 miles per hour.
Champagne wishes.
Robin Leach, the voice behind the TV show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, has died. He'd been hospitalized since late last year after complications from a stroke. Leach was 76. And it's the changing of the guard at the Marine Corps. Tonight, Sergeant Chesty the 14th, the English Bulldog mascot of the Corps, takes his last evening parade through the Marine barracks in Washington before heading into retirement. His successor takes over tomorrow.
Now to a night at the ballpark. It's about to change as we know it because venues are going big on making stadiums into entertainment complexes.
You know, teams like the Texas Rangers, they're already building huge attractions to boost the bottom line, and it could spread to our teams down the line. CNBC's Eric Chemi explains.
College is expensive, but get this, students heading back to college will spend nearly $1,000 on back-to-school shopping, and technology takes up a big chunk of that. But there are ways to save. NBC's Liz McLaughlin shows us some of those big student discounts.
Students hitting campus this fall will be toting a lot of tech. The expenses can be daunting.
Price is so important for many students, and giving them a little cheaper college experience could really give them more freedoms.
A student ID can double as a discount card. Tech retailers, device manufacturers, software makers, wireless carriers, even news and music subscriptions all offer lower rates to students.
If you are going to college and you have that EDU account, you're going to be able to cash in on some great values.
Get last-minute buys shipped straight to the dorm with Amazon Prime Student. The first 6 months are free, and it's half off the standard rate after that, with added perks for textbook buying and trading. For all of those papers and projects, the cost of replacing traditional ink cartridges can add up. Consumer Reports suggests getting a Canon G-Series model with a refillable ink reservoir.
According to our estimates, you could probably add only about $10 per year in ink. So that's a significant saving.
Experts say if you can wait until Black Friday to buy big ticket items, you should. That's when prices will dip the lowest on TVs, laptops, and smartphones.
You get the added advantage of having some time to get your feet on the ground and get some recommendations from real students.
A path to finding the devices that will last from freshman year to graduation. Liz McLaughlin, NBC News.
Well, speaking of tech, I don't know about you, but keeping my phone charged in the car is a pain in the backside. I've got a wire for my Mophie, a wire for my phone, then there's working with that CarPlay feature.
Yeah. Well, with my wife, because the sunglasses get all tangled up with the charger,
Yeah,
and then
it's
everything flies everywhere. I mean,
it's a mess.
yeah, but wow, especially if you rely on it though for navigation, music, and everything else. But our deal boss, Matt Granite, says it doesn't have to be that way, and a solution doesn't have to cost a lot. Here at Channel 3, we love our pets, and if you feel the same, in a couple weeks you'll have a chance to enjoy a night out and help one of the major spay and neuter groups in our area.
Yes, it is called the No Balls Ball, and of course they gave me that line to say.
Absolutely.
But it is a fun way you can help out. And joining us tonight are Christine Luco from Pet Fix Northeast Ohio and firefighter Dave Engman, along with BB. So first question is, okay, who came up with that name and yeah.
You don't want to say it again?
Well, we always have fun coming up with creative names for our fundraisers. So we have the No Balls Ball, we've had Sips for Snips at a winery, Bark Madness around March Madness. So as you can imagine, it's kind of fun coming up with those. But yeah, we have a big fundraiser every year. We're a nonprofit. Affordable spay neuter is making it accessible to people is our thing, so that everybody can afford to have their animals fixed. And to keep our prices low, we need to have fundraisers, donors, foundation grants. So this is just one of the activities that we do every year. So that's coming up on September 8th.
And you spoke about spay and neutering, and please just emphasize, as a pet lover, why that's so important.
Well, as you know, there's, I think, 6.5 million animals every year that go into shelters. Unfortunately, the sad story is that not all of them find homes. There's just not enough. Pet homelessness is a problem still. So encouraging people to have their animals spayed or neutered is a great way to keep the animal population to a number that we can care for responsibly, so we don't have to worry about animals loose on the streets or ending up in shelters without homes. So we try and make it affordable for people.
Do you get good feedback from people, good reception on doing that?
Oh, we definitely do. Yeah, people are very appreciative. Sometimes, they want to do the responsible thing, but they might not be able to afford to go to a full-service vet. So, yeah.
So, it's a he, right?
It's a she.
You brought a she in for the No Balls Ball?
Well, we're actually here to talk about another fundraiser that we have, in addition to the No Balls Ball.
Right?
BB. All right, tell me. I'm sorry, I
The
interrupted
reason
you.
that I brought these two with me is that we did a cool fundraiser this year. It was a calendar where we featured local firefighters with cute puppies and kitties. So I think we have some pictures, to show everybody. And we're hoping that's going to be very popular. These are all local Northeast Ohio firefighters. A good gift for the holidays.
Are you in?
I am.
What
Mr.
month?
July.
Get to July. Get to July.
Wait.
Oh, boy.
It's got to be.
Really? Without the shirt?
My wife and my mom love it.
Yeah, no, it's a great picture.
Now, none of them have shirts, right?
Oh, it's BB.
There's exactly.
Do some of them have shirts?
Yes,
I
there's
thought
some
you-
of them. No, some of them do actually. Well, not these guys.
not there.
Oh, not these guys. Wait. So quickly, give us some details about the event and where people can find more information.
So more information for the event, about the event, and more information about the calendars can be found on our website. It's petfixnortheastohio.org. The event is on September 8th, and the calendars are available now. You can buy them through our website, or you can stop at the Pet Fix Clinic to pick one up anytime. We're in Euclid.
How about I just give you cash right now for the calendar?
We'll take it.
You're just going
We've
to
got
take
lots
it.
of them. We'd be happy to give you one, or anybody else.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
being
thank
here.
you.
We have to take this time out after this, though. We go inside the brains, and we have some weather to get to after the pets.
Gotta ask you guys this. Do you guys like the fact that over the past week that it's felt more like fall as opposed to the middle of summer?
I had a day earlier this week. We wanted to go to the pool, but it was windy and cold.
Too cold for
Now
that.
it's beautiful. I'm here at work, so
Yeah.
I can't go. And then next week we're going to be sweating, right?
That's exactly it.
The hotter and the more humid, the happier I am. And I know people want to punch me
Danielle,
about that.
I'm
but-
right there with you.
Please let it be 98 every day.
Listen, that's exactly what it's going to feel like too, because I want to show you this. We have our jet stream that right now is in what we consider a zonal pattern, so very seasonal.
Indians are in Kansas City this weekend. Now, this weekend, MLB players will be wearing unique player names on the back of their jerseys. They did this last year, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, the special nicknames that, they feel that they should. No, don't hold called that up yet.
Oh, too soon?
You know, that represent them. Brandon Geyer, hello, because I know my baseball. He wears La Piñata.
Francisco Lindor, Mr. Smile, Shane Bieber. I like this one. Not Justin.
Love that one. Wait.
Miller time.
We have a custom jersey from
what
the
would
Indians.
Be on your back?
Big mouth.
How about yours, Dave?
WKYC.
Chud the stud.
Listen,
I like it.
Oh,
I
cut
like
the
it.
stud, really?
Chud the stud.
Thanks for watching.
That's awesome.
We gotta fly.
Entertainment Tonight.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for being with us. Jimmy's up in Detroit with the Browns. I'm Danielle Serino.
And I'm Dave Chudowski. We begin with services for John McCain, a touching tribute to a fallen officer's family, what caused yesterday's prison overdoses, and the newest Goodyear blimp takes flight.
That is in tonight's 77 Seconds at 7.
Hundreds of friends and family gathered in Phoenix today for a memorial service honoring Senator John McCain. It was an emotional day that comes after thousands in Arizona paid their respects to the late senator and war veteran yesterday as he lay in state at the state capitol. McCain's body is headed for Washington and will lie in state at the U.S. Capitol Friday. The celebration of life service set for Saturday and internment Sunday. A touching moment in Avon today as the daughters of fallen Cleveland police officer Vu Nguyen received a police escort to their first day of school. More than a dozen officers lined up outside of Avon High School and Avon Heritage School to greet Nguyen's daughters, Kayla and Maya. Nguyen died last month after he collapsed during a training drill. Investigators say the substance that sent 29 people at an Ohio prison to the hospital was a combination of heroin and fentanyl. Happened yesterday at Ross Correctional Institution in Chillicothe. Among those who got sick, 23 officers, 4 nurses, and an inmate. And Goodyear has a celebration on its hands today. Dozens turned out to christen Wingfoot 3, including the youngest woman to fly around the world solo in a single-engined aircraft.
Well, you're looking live in Detroit at the Aretha Franklin tribute concerts. Mourners have been paying respects all day and all week, for that matter, to the Queen of Soul. She lost her battle with pancreatic cancer on August 16th. Her funeral is tomorrow morning. It's limited to family, friends, and select guests, but will be live streamed for fans. Aretha Franklin was 76 years old.
That sound in the Cleveland skies means the Blue Angels are back, and so is the air show. The Navy's aerial demonstration team set up shop at Burke Lakefront Airport this morning, and before they took off for practice, they stopped to chat with us. The elite pilots chosen for the team don't get to do it long, only a little more than 2 years. It's an experience many don't want to see end.
And I count the days not because I want it to end, because I want to know that I get the most out of every single day here. It's such an honor and a privilege to do this job, and it goes fast. And I just want to hold on to every day. I don't want them to pass.
We'll have more from the Blue Angels along with other acts and air show fun tomorrow night on Donovan Live. It's our Cleveland Air Show special edition. Tune in to get all the inside info and your chance to win an air show ticket prize pack. Man, they are fun to watch. Back to school means a busy schedule, but most parents still want to get their kids involved in different activities outside of the school work. So how do you know if your kid is too overbooked with activities? Health experts say there are a few things to watch out for. If your kid is saying, "I'm bored" a lot, it's time to get them involved in something. Keep an eye out for what's offered at your kid's school and around the community. Signing your child up for out-of-school activities could help them focus more in school and sleep better at night. Dr. Alexander from Metro says to pay close attention to how your kid is reacting to the activities to make sure it's right for him or her.
Kids won't always be able to express what they're feeling, so asking pointed questions, is this activity too hard for you? Do you find it challenging? What's one or two things that you like about what you're doing? If they can't come up with a couple of things that they like about what they're doing, then it's probably time for a change.
And if you get your kid involved, to make sure the activities are balanced with school so one doesn't feel like more work than the other. Have your child try a new activity at least 5 times before seeing if it's a good fit for them.
Well, Labor Day weekend is one of the Welcome back. You know, time is a funny way of changing the course of things. Landmarks, relationships, and fortunes.
Yeah, and in one corner of Cleveland, the time has come for a downtown musical mainstay to take a bow. Leon Bibb shares the story of the final curtain for Prospect Music.
The Lonesome Sound.
Danielle, this is wild. Almost 2,000 miles and more than 40 years later, a lost baseball mitt from Willoughby. Little League turns up in a Florida thrift shop.
Yeah, and the best part, though, is who found it. Don Kendrick shares this serendipitous story. How you like that SAT
Nice
word,
work.
right?
Yeah.
That was one man's trash, and it became the original owner's treasure.
1978, Willoughby All-Star Tournament. Little 12-year-old Christopher Lisi hit 2 home runs to win 4-2. That was the last time he saw that baseball glove. Lost it sometime after that, he thinks, here at Todd Park, downtown Willoughby. Well, fast forward more than 40 years to 2018, and Chris's mom, Julianne, and dad, Mike, are living in Jupiter, Florida now. It was a Wednesday thrift store tradition.
Before I go to church, I always take a quick run through Goodwill, see what treasure I can find.
In a million years, she could never have predicted the time-traveled treasure she found this Wednesday morning.
On the bottom shelf, sticking out with the name for me to see, was my son's baseball glove.
Right there, clear as day, Christopher Lisi, in the handwriting from so many years ago, carved into that glove in Willoughby, Ohio.
She was shaking and her knees were wobbling.
How do you ever put a price on that time capsule of a glove today?
It cost me $1.49.
I paid $149 for it.
Little home run hitting Christopher Lisi of 1978 is 52 years old today, coaching football at Thomas Worthington High School south of Columbus. And if the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, just think of the story that goes with this glove's journey of at least 1,171 miles, a mitt that ended up in Mom's hands.
The odds of happening are astronomical, absolutely.
All started with a glove Mom and Dad bought more than 40 years ago in Willoughby, Ohio.
Probably bought them at Goodwill. Who knows?
In Willoughby, I'm Dawn Kendrick, Channel 3 News.
And to think I was excited just to find $4 in my pocket the other day. I mean, that is one of my favorite stories ever. That's incredible.
It is. 42 years?
I am hoping somebody mistakenly threw out all my old yearbooks and my trophies from sports, and hopefully someday I will get that lucky and somebody will find it.
Little baby Smalls.
Right, back from like 6th grade.
Because we all look fantastic in 6th grade.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. No?
Okay.
No.
Oh, I was train wreck. Absolute train wreck.
Yeah, there was that, transition we all go through.
Tonight, something especially large growing in Stark County.
Lindsey Buckingham takes us to the backyard farm with the gourd that'll make you say, "Oh my Lord."
There's something more than rows of corn growing in Hartville.
The one on the far end, it is 1,275 pounds today, and the big one is 1,719 pounds today.
Chuck Greathouse is a pumpkin grower, a giant pumpkin grower. He's wanted to do this since he was a kid, but it takes a special recipe to have success.
A little bit of everything. You need good luck, you need good weather, your soil has to be right, your pH has to be balanced.
You also have to have the time to look after these supersized squash. 4 hours to be exact.
You have to be vigilant. Every day you have to be out here, making sure you're looking at the pumpkins and at the plants to keep them healthy in order to make them all the way to the end of the year.
His garden giants weigh a combined 3,000 pounds, and they aren't even the prize winners. Greathouse just took home first place at the Canfield Fair for another oversized gourd, topping the scales at 1,308 pounds. That's not good enough, though. Greathouse is thinking even bigger.
The goal was 2,000 pounds this year, so it's slowed down enough that I don't know for sure if it's going to make it. I'd like to see it at least get another 100 pounds bigger than it is now.
Next stop, a few more competitions that are sure to leave Cinderella a little jealous. In Hartville, Lindsey Buckingham, Channel 3 News.
Wow. I'll be at the Canfield Fair Saturday. You can see a ton of those. It's incredible.
Will you be signing autographs?
Yeah, sure.
We'll be
I'll
signing
take
pumpkins.
yours. I'll hand yours out. Here, it's Betsy. She says
Your
hi.
headshots. Yeah, she's here. Tulsa's here.
Thanks for watching. Entertainment Tonight is next. Russ and Lena are back at 11.
But of course, we have constant updates on our app and at WKYC.com. We hope you have a great
Thanks for watching Channel 3 News.